What's poppin', everyone? You got your coach of the Chim Chargers here today for our quarterfinals team builder, or our playoffs week 1 team builder of the WBE. And I'm very excited to be getting into playoffs right now, as we're going to be taking on patterrz, my boy patterrz, coach of the Newcastle Nidokings. And of course, congratulations to him for making it to playoffs. And we both faced each other once in the regular season, so I have an idea of, I guess, the first hand that he brought versus me. And you know, I guess to sort of recap that match, it was a pretty hard fought match, I guess, because we both brought a bunch of fatter mons, bunch of bulkier mons with toxic, so it was a matter of trying to wear each other down over time. And of course, we came out on top there because we have mons that have better longevity, I guess, with roost, recover, and stuff like that, as opposed to him having synthesis and morning sun and things like that, which we were able to outlast and of course win in the end by cleaning up, I think, half of his team with adrenaline orb Delphox. So it was really solid overall. While it wasn't really too difficult to deal with the toxic mons, it was most certainly annoying. So I want to be more prepared for potential status. You know, he has a lot of options with toxic, as we saw. I think more than half of his team, or at least half of his team, had toxic on it. So I want to be careful of that. And at the same time, you know, he has options for other status like paralysis from stun spore with Rabombi, or T-wave from on Slowbro, and things like that. So I wanted to go into this match a little bit more prepared for status, so it wouldn't be too annoying, while at the same time bringing some new stuff, shuffling things up a bit, some new threats here and there, and some things that I did not bring the first time that I played him. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about his team. And he has a couple of changes which I briefly want to go over, I guess. He has a team of Salamence, Slowbro, Arcanine, Crocodile, Skuntank, Cryogonal, Mega Venusaur, Magnezone, Rabombi, Tornadus Incarnate, and a Kecleon. Lush should have already appeared to your right. Of course, he has the Phytinium Z, which is a Z crystal that I think he used to have Lucario, so I think that kind of paired well with that. Now I think it'll probably, if he does have a Z crystal, it will likely be on something like the Tornadus for Focus Blast or Superpower, maybe Focus Blast, we'll see. But yeah, so he doesn't really have any kind of fighting type Pokemon on his team, so nothing that can really take, like, or I guess use a stab Z crystal or anything. So it's good to know. He has, I think he changed Lucario, I think, for Magnezone. So Magnezone is a new Pokemon on his team. I forgot what he changed for Skuntank, but he does have that as well. So 2 Pokemon that we kind of have to watch out for, but I don't think he'll bring both Crocodile and Skuntank. I think more than likely Crocodile's going to show up. I don't think Skuntank is as much of a threat, or as much of a Pokemon that he'd likely bring as opposed to Crocodile. So I definitely anticipate the Slowbro to come back. Crocodile probably is going to come back as well. Same as Mega Venusaur. And Rabombi is just too big of a threat to ignore. So we have to be careful of either potential Quiver Dance that he brought last time, or Sticky Web. And the Tornadus or the Salamence, either one will, I think, show up. And perhaps the Arcanine, I think, will be the last mon that he brings. If not, then it would make sense that he brings Magnezone, perhaps, because that's a mon that he didn't have last time, so he may want to bring it this time. Magnezone's a great mon. I did use it in, I think, GBA Season 7, so really fun mon. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the team that I'm bringing here. So like I said, I wanted to prepare more for status, and as you can see, the first mon that I have here is going to be a Latias with Psyshock, Refresh, Toxic, and Roost. Bulky still hits really hard, and it can break down any kind of wall that he has, whether it be that bulky Arcanine he brought last time, I think was with Snarl, Flamethrower, I think Toxic, as well as Morning Sun. So it will be able to beat that 1v1. Has Refresh, which is a move unlike Heal Bell, you know, which has only 8 power points of PP. It has 32. So I will easily be able to 1v1 any kind of toxic mon that he brings, potentially. So it's really cool because I've EV'd this thing in order to take hits really well from it can eat up, I think Crunch from Crocodile would make sense, because he wouldn't bring Knockoff as his only threatening move versus Lati, because if he brings Knockoff, I only take like 35 to 40 or something from with this bulky spread here. If he has Crunch, it's a 2-hit KO, but Lati can actually take one pretty comfortably if it's healthy. So that would be pretty useful in terms of trying to scout and see what he has, or what he's going for. If I go for a Roost and he's a Scarfed Crocodile, then I can easily, I guess, maneuver into another mon. Or if he pursuits and he's locked in and he's faster, then, and if I Roost, you know, he's in a bad situation because I can get off a Toxic. And I have enough special attack in order for us to 2-hit KO the exact spread that he brought last time on his Mega Venusaur. I can 2-hit KO because he had a much bulkier Mega Venusaur, so Psyshock can 2-hit KO that set. guaranteed. So I think Mega Latias is a really solid mon versus him. It can break down walls such as Slowbro, Arcanine, even bulkier Crocodiles, as well as just chipping things down over time, and the refresh can really help us out a lot in terms of getting rid of any kind of status move, whether it be poison or paralysis even, because he has that option with Sunspore, Rabambi, T-Wave, Slowbro, and things like that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about the next mon here. As you can see, we have a Venomoth, and Venomoth is another mon that I don't think I had. I don't recall having that Pokemon when I was preparing for him the first time that I played him. I might have gotten it after that, but I'm not sure. I don't recall, but I think it's really solid versus him because of the fact that it can Quiver Dance up versus a lot of his mons like Mega Venusaur. This thing sets up all over Mega Venusaur because of it being bug poison, so it's 4 times resistant to grass, 2 times resistant to poison, which are Mega Venusaur's main stab moves, and it can even eat up hidden power or fires or whatever from Venusaur because of the fact that Quiver Dance will boost my Spadef. And I have Roost, which can give me longevity. As you can see, I got the Roost Lati, the Roost Venomoth, and refresh on this thing in case of potential paralysis on Venomoth or any kind of status move. It can't get poisoned, so that's really nice. It avoids any kind of poison, but perhaps a paralysis can be annoying if he does decide to bring something of the sort. Like even Magnezone has potential to run T-Wave, so gotta be careful of potential paralysis, especially from like Thunderbolt or Discharge on Magnezone, which especially since this kind of Pokemon here can still set up over Magnezone due to the fact that it boosts Spadef pretty well, pretty quickly too. So I think it's nice. Silver Powder, not to be confused with Bright Powder, of course. This thing is there in order to boost the power of bug type attacks, similarly to like Insect Plate. Silver Powder is the same thing, it just looks cooler. Tinted Lens is the main appeal of the set because it can ensure that Bug Buzz hits hard on everything. It like at +2, it OHKOs I think stuff like Tornadus, even Salamence perhaps. So I think that Venomoth is a great win condition for the team. Next I have an Alolan Muck, and this is a choice banded Muck in order for us to have an it has a lot of Spadef, right? So it's a great answer to things like Rabambi. Can check Rabambi really well, and Knockoff is a great move versus like Slowbro, for instance, because Slowbro is a mon that can be kind of difficult to deal with if I'm not able to sort of like dent it well, and like maybe if I lose Lottie or something, Calm Mind Slowbro can be a bit annoying, so I have to be really careful. But Muck does like 80 to 90% with knockoff to it, so it's amazing move. Or it does a lot of damage, and it can easily 2-hit KO Slowbro. It can Pursuit Trap things like Tornadus perhaps, or Magnezone, or things like that. He doesn't have a lot of switch-ins. I guess Mega Venusaur can be bulky enough to take hits from it, but at the same time, Mega Venusaur invites Pokemon like Venomoth and Lati to put in work. So I think that Muck is a great Pokemon for this team. And yeah, I have Ice Punch here in order to hit mons like Crocodile really hard that resist Poison Jab and Knockoff. But knocking off items is going to be really crucial, or really useful if I can get rid of a Scarf. Maybe that could help a lot, or any kind of item in general. So let's move on to our next 3 mons. And as you can see, I have a Clefable, Weakness Policy Clefable with Stored Power, Magic Guard. We have Cosmic Power here, so I don't have a Calm Mind Clefable. This is actually a Cosmic Power set so that I can take hits better on the physical and special side. So the point of the set is to beat Mega Venusaur 1v1, and it can do that really well. If I get a boost up as Mega Venusaur comes in, and I can Cosmic Power again as he goes for any kind of poison move, activates my Weakness Policy, and I never get 2-hit KO'd. If I Cosmic Power again on Mega Venusaur, if I already have a boost up, really good, and then I can OHKO it back with Stored Power, which is going to be really fun to do. And I guess the only threat to this set is maybe a Specs Magnezone, but I don't really see him bringing that. Magnezone could be a threat if he brings like a really offensive Magnezone, because I don't have any good Steel type switch-ins, but I have like Pokemon such as Diggersby to threaten it. I have Venomoth, which can definitely threaten it if I can get up Quiver Dances, and Lati, which I think can sponge hits pretty well from Magnezone if it's not Specs. But yeah, like Muck's Knockoff can be pretty useful there in getting rid of items. While I think Clefable is just a really solid mon overall, and we can boost our defense and stuff. So like when we knock out Mega Venusaur, we're still at we won't only have Spadef boost, we'll also have defense boost. So he can't come in like with Salamence or Crocodile and revenge us with like Iron Tail or something, because we have defense boosts, can heal up. We have Moonblast for other mons and Stored Power that can hit really hard, especially with the Weakness Policy boost. Then we have a Mandibuzz. which has Roselli Berry. This time I'm not rocking the Rocky helmet. Roselli Berry gives me a check, a backup check in case Muck is too weakened. If he's the same life orb set that they brought last time, gotta be really, really careful. Cannot underestimate Rabambi. Brave Bird will OHKO it completely, so it's nice. Roselli Berry lets me eat up a Moonblast, a +1 Moonblast, and even a I think even a +2 Moonblast, I'm pretty sure, from full health. So it's nice, it's really nice. So yeah, that's gonna be Mandibuzz. It's also a great answer to Crocodile, which can be threatening, sort of. So I think Mandibuzz is a great counter to that. Stone Edge from Scarf Crocodile is not even to a KO this thing, so it's clean. Then we have here our last Pokemon, which is gonna be Diggersby. Figured that a Choice Scarfer for the team is gonna be nice. Plus, I didn't bring it last time. He might underestimate it maybe. It is Choice Scarf and Adamant Nature, so with max speed Adamant Nature, I'm still faster than max speed Rabambi, so it outruns his fastest Mon that is non-scarfed, so that's great. And it OHKOs Mons like Tornadus from full, and you know, I got just a good amount of coverage, U-turn for momentum that can get me into other Mons and stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be the team. So hope you all are excited for the playoff match going up tomorrow. I think 24 hours from this video. Whenever it goes up, I still have to figure out a time to upload and stuff after we play. But yeah, it's gonna be it from me. Thank you everybody for watching. I think we have like a good amount of potential to make it to finals, or at least let's take a step at a time. Let's make it to semifinals first, then hopefully make it to finals. But I think this team is really heat. I think we have a lot of elements of this team that are really fun, and you know, they can put a lot of work. Like for instance, Silver Powder, Quiver Dance, Venomoth is fun. Weakness Policy, Clefable, Banded Muck. I think we got some cool things on our team to change things up from what we've been usually bringing. So let's see if it puts in work, and that's gonna be from me. I'll see you all tomorrow for the battle. Peace.